Good morning, everybody. Kyle here. First off on our list of the talk show, we have the wall. For weeks now, there's been questions and stuff flying around saying, is the Trump wall really going up? As a matter of fact, it is. It's already been started. So take a look at these for yourself. Let's go through very quickly some of the promises you made and tell us if you're going to do what you said or you're going to change it in any way. Are you really going to build a wall? Yes. They're talking about a fence in the Republican Congress. Would you accept a fence? For certain areas I would, but certain areas a wall is more appropriate. I'm very good at this. It's called construction. So part wall, part fence. Yeah, it could be. It could be some fencing. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me. Believe me, and I'll build them very inexpensively. I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words. Jeb Bush just talked about my border proposal to build a fence. It's not a fence, Jeb, it's a wall, and there's a big difference. But I don't get it, okay? So, you want to build a wall. Alright, that's fine. You can build a wall. But you're having the country you're blocking out pay for it? It's like me asking my neighbor, hey, go buy me some groceries. They buy me the groceries and they come back and give it to me, but they don't get anything in return. I mean, that's just messed up. I mean, if you want to do something, pay for it yourself. The wall has been started. Yeah, you don't believe me? Here's some pictures right here. Great briefing this afternoon on the start of our southern border wall. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? Well, it said they've already put 1.6 billion into it. Let's see, and around here it says they've currently already done 654 miles of fencing, so the funding bill leaves the president well short of his goal. So, my opinion, I only respect Trump and I support him because he's a Republican. Other than that, I really don't care for him much because he's doing all types of things that are wrong. He's breaking laws. People want to impeach him. And then he's building a wall that he wants Mexico to pay for. And what are they going to do? He's already put 1.6 billion toward the wall. But Mexico hasn't paid nothing for it yet? I mean, how are they paying for it if we're paying for it? That doesn't make sense. And from CSM apparently, yeah, they've already put 1.6 billion towards it. Let's see, here's some other stuff right here. 251 million for secondary fencing near San Diego, 445 million for primary pedestrian, levee fencing for the Rio Grande Valley, 196 million for the primary pedestrian fencing in the Rio Grande Valley, 445 million for the replacement of primary pedestrian fencing, 38 million for border barrier planning and design, 196 million for the border security technology. So he's spending all this money, and yet it doesn't say anything about Mexico paying for it. So how are they paying for it if our country is paying for it? That does not make any sense. Okay, with that being said, the next topic is tornadoes. Now, I looked up on Google, and this is some of the tornadoes they've had from 1950 to 2014. So here's the map of that right now. So here's the map, and up here is North Dakota. That's where I am right now. And right down over here is Utah. That's where I used to live. And be warned, right now, April through June is tornado season. So be careful for that. And to prove it, here's the page right here. Spring is nearly here, which means the return of tornado season for many states in the US. Tornado season, the period of the year when the most tornadoes strike, occurs from April through June. The months of April and May often bring the strongest storms, with May typically the most common month for tornadoes. Yep, so that's what we're looking at. Right now, it is May. So it is tornado season. We haven't had it yet here in North Dakota. Thank goodness, because This is a studio apartment, and there is nowhere to go underground to get away from it, so we would just have to hop in the car and get out of here. Although it would be really nice to see one in person, just to get a video, you know? But yet again, that'd be pretty dangerous, especially if it was coming right at us. I had a dream about that once. It scared the crap out of me. But in Utah, it's rare to get tornadoes. That's why the map said one, because I know they have one in Ogden, in Utah, in the Washington Terrace. And when I was a kid, maybe about 7 years old, I looked out my window in Sunset, and I saw something forming in the sky. I saw one forming in the sky, and I thought there was just clouds, you know. I told my mom, hey, look outside. There's some awesome clouds. And she looks at it, she's like, oh my gosh. Those aren't clouds. That's a tornado about ready to come down. So it was like that for about 5 minutes. It never spiraled and came down. It just dissipated. So we got lucky on that one. That's my tornado experience. That's the closest I've ever been to a tornado. That tornado that was forming was probably about maybe 3 blocks away, maybe 4. So it was pretty close to us. If it would have came down, it probably would have caught us. I'm not sure about ratings, but probably would have been maybe a 2. So, on that scale. So probably not that big. So, that brings us down to our next topic. So, for this topic, I don't even have to explain this. 2019 toys. Alright, so back in the day, I guess before I was born, they had multiple things, board games, you know, like ball in a cup, whatever. And as it gets on in the future, things took a turn. Such as other games, well, they have Play-Doh, and then you put it on the floor and you can't step in the crap, and you gotta do it blindfolded. And then Play-Doh. You know, they have the fart thing, the barf thing, games including... I cursed. I'm gonna bleep that out. They have ones where you pick up doggies do, like you gotta collect it, and the more you get, the more points you earn. It's so... I mean, right now, on TV, there are commercials with toys being all disgusting and, you know, play Connect 4. Go out and go camping with your kids. No... Alright, limit their video games, but... like, Aggravation, that's a good game. The game of Sorry. You know, Monopoly. Those are good things. They're not disgusting and not collecting crap or stepping in it or vomit or farting and... You know, we're gonna go on to our final subject. I don't even want to talk about this no more. It's so bad. Oh. Alright, if you made it this far, you are awesome. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here. Anyways, our last topic is video games. Now there's ratings for E for everyone, T for teen, M for mature, and A for adults. You know, that type of deal. There's a reason why. E for everyone. Kids, yes, they can play it, no harm, no foul. E 10 and up, yeah, 10 years and up. That's simple. T for teen, they might be swearing. Kids start swearing, that's probably the reason why they do it. They learn from their games. Rated M for mature. Oh, guns, violence, this and that. Kids think, oh, well he's beating him up, so I think it's okay to do in the real world. They go to school and do all this other crap. They get in fights, they swear. Where'd you learn how to swear? My video games. Common sense, people. Look at the ratings. Some people actually know the ratings and like, the parental controls. Alright, you're allowed to play this, and that's it. You go into anything above that, I'm taking away your console or whatever. You know, whatever kind of parenting that is. Pokemon Go is another one. You know, people have found dead bodies. I think they found, what, 2 or 3 now? I don't know, I haven't looked up the news on that yet. People have died playing that game. They've walked off cliffs. They've walked into dangerous environments. You know, people are stupid. They trespass to get the Pokemon they want, even though the game says do not drive while playing Pokemon Go and do not trespass, but yet they still do it. They get in trouble. People say, oh, I'm a passenger, and they drive while they play. Guess what? Car wreck. It's that bad. And kids will think, oh, well, this animal died in there and he came back to life. Well, we'll do it too. They kill an animal or something, and they say, well, Mom, he's not coming back to life. Where's the reset button? Life ain't no video game, kid. You know, you killed this animal, he is dead for life. Games are ruining minds. I mean, I don't have a console no more. I mean, yeah, I play a couple games on my phone, but nothing bad. I mean, I don't do much shooting games. It's not fun to me. So, racing, stuff like that, yeah, that's okay. But you don't race in the real world. It's common sense. And always wear your seatbelt. I mean, the second when I get in the car, my seatbelt is on before I even start the car. That's how good I am at putting on a seatbelt. Except video games in a car. Like, no, my bad. Let me restart that. Video games such as car simulations where you gotta put on a seatbelt, and you know, I get docked points because I forgot to put on my seatbelt. Well, I didn't know there was a seatbelt button. Yep, there you go. Kids play, you know, racing games, this and all that. Some don't even have the knowledge or the common sense to, oh, this should stay in the game and this shouldn't. Nope, they're out there racing the real world, cause wrecks, this and that. Shooting games, kids go and find their parents' guns and they accidentally fire them off, accidentally killing themselves or their family member or a pet or whatever. Even discharging the thing in the house is pretty dangerous. I mean, if you have kids and you got guns, you know, put them in a safe. Get a safe. If you don't have it, lock it in the trunk of your car. Common sense, people. Kids have gotten a hold of guns and they know how to use them because of video games. And that is awful, because if you let your kids play with guns, something's going to happen really bad. They're going to end up killing themselves, like I said. They're going to end up killing you. And they're gonna think there's a reset button, and newsflash, there is not. So games are kind of ruining kids' minds. And they got games now, I think, where all seems like real life, and you can do whatever the heck you want. What does that teach kids? Oh, I can do whatever I want. The law don't matter. Well, on that note, we are sadly out of time. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace out, guys.